So I'm in Crystal Palace. Look, you can see these prehistoric creatures which once roamed the earth. Um, I mean, that's not an animal. That's not no. But well, actually, these are actually concrete. Um, but they were based on fossil evidence at the time, and some of them are inaccurate. So we've got a plesiosaur there, and there's a train there. So we're actually very close to the overground. But with plesiosaurs, they actually put the heads on the wrong side. So the neck there, which you can see, is actually the tail, and they've actually got very long tails, and that's actually the neck. It's yeah. So it was a bit marshy here because we've been in a state of drought for weeks, and it's only rained for the first time this morning. So there you go. You've got this ichthyosaur here, which is huge, but we now know that it's got a tail fluke, for example, and I mean some of them weren't that big, I don't think, but I could be wrong actually, because they found them in all different shapes and sizes. There's another plesiosaur there. You can see some more ichthyosaurs just round the back there. So these were when they were sort of reconstructed as basically giant lizards. Oh, that one does have a tail fluke look. Not much of one though. That's a very famous plesiosaur there. But yeah, so there are crocodiles. Again, based on some fossil evidence. These crocodiles here. Incredible. And now we come to the very famous dinosaurs. So, this one here. This one is Megalosaurus, I believe, which we now know was bipedal. It was a theropod. So but originally it was just the hips and part of the skull that was found. And that was it. So, some of the leg as well. So they just assumed that it was a giant lizard based on comparing it with other fossils, and and they basically just reconstructed it like this. But yeah, it didn't have four limbs like that. It had really small ones, and it's. I mean, they got one thing right, which was the spine is sort of parallel with the ground, which is accurate, but the head is too big and is the wrong shape. The forelimbs are too large, and the hind limbs are too big, or too stocky, I should say, and it doesn't drag its tail along the ground, and the tail was also longer. Actually, here they've got reconstructions. So they've got the Teleosaurus, I think, which is the crocodile which we saw. That's what it did look like. That's what it now we think it looks like. This is Megalosaurus. So you can see that's what it was in 1854, and that's how they think it looked now. But we've also got Hylaeosaurus, which we'll see in a minute, I hope. So yeah, it was a sort of ankylosaur like that. Next door to us is an iguanodon. So, I mean, they got the bipedalness just about right. But yeah, that's more or less what we now know it to be like, because we found more skeletons. But we've got pterodactyls, which are recognisable but not overly accurate. Mosasaurus. So yeah, Mosasaurus were basically monitor lizards. That's the closest thing that we have alive today to them. But yeah, let's have a look at some of the others. So that's the Hylaeosaurus. So they've reconstructed it with sort of iguana-like spines on its back. But yeah, that was a sort of ankylosaur, so it looks completely different. And then we've got the famous iguanodons here. So these are reconstructed in a sort of bipedal pose. But one of the defining features of iguanodon, of course, is the sort of spike on the thumb, And when they first discovered that, bloke called Gideon Mansell, he's buried not far away actually, sort of in that direction, in I think West Norwood Cemetery. But I mean, I think it's a coincidence, but yeah, the iguanodon was sort of, they took the thumb spike and basically put it on the nose like a rhinoceros. But interestingly, the one which is standing up there, they actually had a dinner party in that in the 1850s to celebrate the park's opening. So yeah, here you go. So just going along here, see if we can find any more thingy bobs. I mean, this is a sort of reconstruction of how it should look, well, more or less. But this is the Victorian idea of what environment the dinosaurs lived in and what the dinosaurs were like themselves. So we've got sort of geographical layers here. It's very interesting. This is the very first dinosaur park, and there are loads of others now. But this was the one which sort of set the benchmark, and it sort of brought dinosaurs closer than ever before. But there aren't just dinosaurs. There are other animals. So you can see. So you saw some of them over there. So the geographical layers here, just sort of explaining it, and they've also got sort of reconstruction of it there, which is cool actually. It's really cool. But yeah, let's carry on going. Just going to pause this. Okay, so this is a little bit further down the path. You can see the Megalosaurus there, which I think broke a few years ago, and it's starting to rain again. But yeah, that's the other side of the dinner party iguanodon, and you can see the pterodactyl in the back, or two of them actually. There's one with his wings spread just behind the trees there. But yeah, I'm just going to walk around. I think you might be able to get onto that island, but I'm not sure. But you get a good view of them here. Oh, those are the animals that I was pointing out earlier. I have to say, it's quite nice. I think it's quite nice that it's raining now, because we've gone so long without rain. It's quite pleasant now that it's here. Okay. I'm just going to go around the corner because that's where most of the things are. But yeah, these are actually Grade 1 listed buildings, and they put a lot of conservation into them. So, yeah, they are special, and it's good to look back on the mistakes of the past. But not all of them are as inaccurate as they once were. So, I mean, the dinosaurs are very inaccurate. Because more fossils have been discovered of these animals and things. But some of them aren't that inaccurate. So we've got things like okapis here. There isn't a thing here which says what they are. There isn't a information board anywhere, but here we go. Sort of concrete okapis there. This one which is sort of broken there, that looks like it's been broken a little while actually. And then you've got these. I'm not sure what these are, but yeah. There you go. The three of them. Beautiful. I'm just going to take photos because I've just realised I'm not taking any photographs, I'm only taking the film. Oh, there's something else there. I've just seen it. Or is that... Can you see it? Just here. What is that? Is that meant to be another concrete sculpture, or is it meant to be like the sort of dam there? Because that to me looks like another dinosaur. Sort of emerging from the lake, so you can see its sort of body there, and that might be a head. that might be something to look into actually. But to me that looks a bit like an iguanodon. Really. Yes. Interesting. Oh, I've just seen some more. I was going to shut the video off and then go around the other side, but I've just seen some more things. So there's that in the trees. I think that is a megatherium. Basically, megatheriums are giant ground sloths. That's the only way to describe them, really. But yeah, I think there's one in here. You see it? Look at that. It's like I'm on safari and I'm just seeing these things for the first time, but this is fantastic. It's actually up against a tree as well. That's so cool. And there's another information board over there. Let's go and have a look at that, because I know that there is a Megalosaurus here. So we've got Megatherium behind us. Megalosaurus, however, is a bit more, how shall we put it? I don't know. Oh, here we go. So we've got Paleotherium, which looks a bit different. Anapotherium, which isn't too inaccurate either. And then Megatherium, which I think they got quite right, actually. So there is a Megatherium skeleton in the Natural History Museum. And it's in the Fossil Marine Reptiles Gallery, which is strange because it isn't a fossil, it's a cast. It's not a reptile, and it's not marine. So yeah, it doesn't fall into any of those categories. But speaking of dinosaurs and things, I've just seen a real one. So that's a dinosaur there, which is a pigeon. But there's a heron just there. Look at that. I always get excited when I see herons, but oh, what the hell are those? Sorry, I've just seen these down here. So yeah, these are geese or something, and that's a coot. What are these? It might be ducks, I don't know. Okay, so I stopped the previous video because it was running low, but I am right, that was a creature. Well, that is a creature. You can see the teeth there, so I don't know what it is, though. Honestly, no idea. As I said, it's something to look into, but yeah, there is a creature there. I don't know what it is. My guess is that it's another dinosaur, but who knows, to be honest. But yeah, it's clear from this park that all the focus is on that central island. But there are still other animals to try and find, I know, because you've got, as I said, you've got things like Megalosaurus, which is somewhere around, which I can speak to you about later. I'm just going to cross this bridge. Yeah, it's easy to come to this park and laugh at these inaccurate reconstructions of dinosaurs, but it's as important that they're looked after as well. So, for example, the whatchamacallit, I can't remember what it is. Megalosaurus, just there, has actually received some damage, as I said, and yeah, they 3D printed its jaw. So yeah. So yeah, this This one here, they 3D printed its jaw, so that it was whole again, really. But yeah, let's have a look at some of these, because yeah, it's got the crocodiles again, plesiosaurs, ichthyosaurs. So apparently there is